Hello, this is the Bracelet One Hill Tarot. Now here on YouTube, this is a storyline reading as far as somebody gonna be dealing with a mail drop. A mail drop, however. Okay, it's done, okay? Or however it is accomplished. However, okay? So let's just see. My cards are noisy. There's a lot of them. Whoa, there's a lot of them. Okay, let's take these ones that's dropped. And let's let this start the story now. Okay, somebody want to win. They want to know where their princess so they can win. Because somebody focusing on money. Because they're going to be dealing with a biller between 2 o'clock a.m. 2:30 p.m. So we have that somebody need to lift their spirits, or will lift their spirits if they find their princess. So we got a brother, at least 2 brothers, or 2 friends. So somebody's mind is blurred, confused, overwhelmed, or anxious, or whatever's going on here. Or vision just is blurred because somebody is getting in trouble with the law. Following. So we have this next one is somebody tried to insult somebody, intelligence, talking down, teasing, picking on somebody. So we have right here that somebody do plenty of good, but you can't hold the person up and the person's wrong. So let's just see. This one jumping out. Somebody want joint custody with somebody. Want somebody to be courteous. Joint custody, collaborate, anything like that. What is this? It could be work. It don't have to be work. Because somebody going against somebody. Because somebody is housed with nuns. With church members, with employees, with women. That's just wrong. Okay, somebody need to put the brakes on things. God says, right? Because something was canceled 2 times. Follow me? And time counted to somebody because somebody gonna be dealing with the cops or rangers. Okay? You don't have to live in Cincinnati. Okay? So somebody want to be free from a commitment that somebody is in. So somebody use their imagination to make somebody disappear or want to or did or whatever this is. Because somebody feels somebody is not worthy and not worth anything, right? So we have right here somebody going to lose their cushions in minutes if they haven't already. So somebody need to get more sleep to become more energetic. They might be drinking, drugging, or just sleepy. Somebody might like the color beige. So, okay, keep your eyes on the cards. He mentioned them coming. So, some people is coming, or the rangers, or the cops, or somebody, right? So, how do you know it's true? It's going to be lighting a fire in you to let you know it's true. Okay, so somebody need to frame their life by knowing, not just believing something, but knowing something as fact, right? So, okay, so we got a male, whoever he is. Okay, so let's just see. So somebody killed by his man's woman. Somebody was fighting or might get to fighting or might be fighting already or whatever. So it says killed by his man's woman. So we might have a gay man in general, and we might have a gay man that killed another gay man but was killed by the man's woman. So if I just turn it around and say that killed by his woman, or killed by his man, killed by his man's woman. Let me leave that alone. Okay, I'm trying to. Somebody might be dealing with an organ, get something tampered with as far as an organ, any organ. Okay, let's just take a little bit and try to end it. because we dealing with mail drop. Or mail drop taking place, something like that. Okay. I hear confess. Okay. Okay, let's just see. Somebody was trying to find a uniqueness for somebody's power play because it's dealing with a community, a group of people, a total community of people. So somebody is evidence they're focused on job money, spousal support, or anything like that. Somebody wanted somebody to bring in emotional love the person needed because it was intense madness. So somebody made a profile, part of a profile, anything as far as a job, a profile, or whatever, at least 7 years, or something as far as the 7 years in the profile. Somebody felt like they had, fear took the person there to do what the person did. They had to make a profile, create a profile, or do something, whatever it may be. Okay, so hold on to that thought. Okay, so we have that. Okay, I just gotta let that one go. Somebody was equipped for the best, but just living a sofa of a life in this situation. So somebody was it was challenging for somebody to get a windfall. Somebody's trying to get a windfall because somebody was gonna jump for joy if it happened, right? So because it was gonna be remarkable. So now somebody ready to be guided to their path because they realized that they existed for a bigger reason than what they thought. You did well. So somebody did well. 103. Okay, so we had somebody's mother is not their real mother. Okay, somebody was acting like somebody's mother and that person is not the person's mother, or somebody's actual mother is not their mother. Somebody was thinking about God in the back of their mind, but they should have thought about God in the front. So we got an aunt or some female who's sleeping with somebody's husband. Whatever it might be. Like that. Let me see. So we got a sister that's sleeping with the other sister's husband, or a friend sleeping with their friend's husband, anything like that. It is hard to hold a secret. Somebody holding a secret. But the person don't want to be put in the middle to tell, right? So somebody is no cleaner than the other. Talking. Strike that. Somebody was taking all that anger out on whoever they could take it out on because they need to drop their burden, because we got an ex needed to stay in the past of somebody's, right? Just wait. Come on and go to that meeting, that group, the job, the hospital. So somebody was telling somebody to go somewhere because they was trying to sabotage things, because it was convenient for the person to sabotage things, right? So because somebody a blessing, but they don't even like the person that's the blessing, okay? A group of people. So we have right here somebody living in an upscale, political, racist area. You will, as long as you put all you can. So we got a brother or whoever, friend, somebody want to move in with somebody else, but that person got to put all in to get work and bring this person's life up to par. So somebody pricing to buy that other person up, maybe saying how much money they would get a person and able to live there, or whatever they say. So you was greedy, you will pay. So somebody was greedy and they're going to pay. Or somebody being greedy as far as how much they willing to have the person pay them to move in, or somebody was just being greedy as far as something. Okay, so somebody wants to create their miracle wisely, right? But it's some kind of doorbell action, something caught on camera, okay, or will be. So it's the last time for lack of love out of somebody to another. Somebody wanted to save some money, so somebody was nervous around a pyramid of people, at least 3 of them. So somebody was covering up their problems with having those sunshades on, not taking them off, and not letting the emotions out with the raincoat. So it's evidence during quaint time, that somebody wanted full revenge on somebody. No joking around. It became his downtown for somebody. So something on somebody's skin, whoever it is, whatever. Wrinkles, dimples, freckles, piercing, gunshot wounds, scars, burns, cuts, tattoos, whatever, eczema. Anything could be on the skin, okay? Moles, bumps, get my drift. Okay, so a best friend is involved in a crime, okay? Because somebody felt restricted, they had no way out in a situation, but they need to apologize. So we had somebody take pills, drink or whatever, may say that they don't drink or take pills no more, who was addicted, I guess, because it's going to be a trial maybe. Or somebody want to test somebody to see if they can come in a person's space again, a brother or somebody's space, and test the person to see if the person can come in the person's space again or whatever, or test the person to see if the person is still a drinker, a drugger, or want to test somebody to see if they can move in with the person, with a friend, with a brother, or with somebody, or somebody that's going on trial and somebody is going to test and see, I guess, what the person says on trial or whatever this is. So this person need to get away from any deterrent that caused the dysfunction in the AM. It says 521, but anytime. Okay, somebody need to think out the box because it's going to be some justice. Okay, so if somebody was resistant to hold somebody accountable, but somebody might not be this time. Somebody could be 71, 17, number 8. So, somebody shouldn't overkind doing a candlelight dinner or at nighttime. Because somebody wants somebody to make up their mind because somebody is captivating or off is captivating, anything like that. So, you feel the daggers from her eyes. So, jealousy is in the realm of a sister. So, we got a female that's jealous of somebody, right? And she's stern, right? Could be at a trial or wherever it's at, I don't know, right? So we got karmic measures. The sister talk or somebody else talk, right? Because that's how they treated somebody, right? So we have right here that this sister or whoever this is, somebody on this table, whoever it is, gonna need a miracle. They're gonna be tattered because somebody achy and it varies. Or wanted to make somebody else ache because somebody got ecstatic because they did something to somebody. So we have right here somebody's opinionized if somebody was work worthy, will they go on trial, will they testify, or whatever they wanted out of somebody, would they get in agreement with them, or will somebody do something and make somebody disappear, whatever this is. So somebody wanted to sail away from their problems, get away from a rinky-dink place, out of a job, out of an area, or whatever this is, because it's transparent that somebody looked at somebody else as a liability. So somebody's going to sit down and go about it, about a sweetheart. Okay, so staying in a ditch and in a pit during the outing. So somebody didn't want to stay stuck some kind of way in a ditch, in a pit, at some dead-end job, or whatever they felt like. Somebody dealing with a company, logo, or label. Copyright. That's not the copyright card, right? Let me focus for a minute. Label, company, or logo. So somebody, in circumstances, called somebody from pregnant for a lifetime living, having a job, a certain kind of job, like a career, having, having a job, not any job, but the career they wanted, or having kids, or living to see their kids, or whatever this is. So we have that somebody captured the opportunity at the lighthouse, drug treatment, rehabilitation, Alcoholics Anonymous, hospital, or church. Okay, let's see. Okay, the next one is that somebody was a pioneer, right? We got number 6. So somebody wanted somebody to think about something, but they heard it before in a situation. So somebody created the walls of harm and safe for him or herself. You put yourself in harm's way or get in fusses, arguments. You know, you in control of that 313. So we have that. The mold he has made for her. So somebody made a mold for somebody, expected them to live that mold. Get what I'm saying? In that mold. If you make a cake in a round pan, you just want to make all your cakes in a round pan. You don't want to explore and have a square pan, a star pan, a Valentine's pan, a hot pan. You just want to just keep on having it that way. Right? Somebody didn't want somebody to grow. Somebody who was barely doing enough. They wanted to keep he or she or somebody in a mold. It says right here, no. Right? I hear money out there, no. So somebody got money out there, but they under the impression that they don't, but they did. So somebody was on the internet, arrow focused on somebody, only that person, right, on the internet. So we have right here that, what is this? Somebody wants somebody to be strictly his or hers, but what they was going to do about it, or they wanted something to be there, so not the person. Okay, person need to beware of distractions, but the person didn't want to argue, so one of them needed to keep that cool because it was unstoppable energy out of one person. So somebody need to stop loafing around and change house, right, or wanted somebody else to. So this card says no matter what came negative, somebody stood tall, right? I want to get to full bloom. So somebody wanted to get to full bloom, and somebody had unstoppable energy. Okay, just with these on the table, it was negative coming about. And somebody wanted to keep somebody in a mold right here and wanted somebody to think they didn't have money. And then we got the internet right here. Dealing with the internet, what they going to do about it. Trying to bring chaos and negative up there. Or wanted to know what the person was going to do about it. They was getting angry. So we had the other person need to beware distractions, or wasn't going to be worrying about distractions because the person had unstoppable energy, and the person on the other hand had unstoppable energy too, trying to come against the person to bring chaos, right? So this person was keeping the person's cool because this person was trying to make the person leave, stop looking around and change house, wanted the person to leave and get off the internet, if we take it that way. But this person stood tall in this thing, right? No matter what negative came about, this person stood tall because this person wanted to get to full bloom, but the other person wanted to get to full bloom also. So let me just see if I can do a little bit more to end it, because this storyline is about a mail drop. Remember, you heard me say that, right? Okay, so let's see. Okay, I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing out in the way. Silly of me to think that I could ever have you for my guy. How I love you. How I need you. So we got somebody silly, somebody who was trying to be somebody's guy. Somebody was thinking like silly and them to be somebody's guy, to think they could be somebody's woman, or turn it around, some man who's silly and him to think that he can be a woman's man or whatever. He need to quit. Okay, I just sung and hear the word right here say sing. Sing when you feel mad. So you might need to sing because, and quit as far as like coming against somebody online, if this is it, going off of these ones that's sitting on the table, because you wanted to know what somebody's bringing to the table, or you didn't want the person to bring them to the table, or whatever this is. So we have that. Your outcome for the better future is for to have no more conquest and love or business. So let's just go. It was a chamber of chaos and negative because somebody was drinking juice or drinking liquor or drinking water or whatever, right? Passing the masses. So if we dealing with somebody online, that means you're dealing with a lot of people. Online is the masses. Outside, riding or walking still is the masses. You passing by a lot of houses or driving by. Okay. Next part is what? Okay, I'm sure. So we got number 19, number 181, number 18 in general. So we got a man who could get a lot of ladies, or who work with a lot of ladies, but he got drained energy. So he was the top dog, or he was dealing with the top dog for the big times, right? So we have right here that we grow like plants, you know. He felt like he didn't want to settle. So we have right here that number 13 or 31. Okay, if you are not happy, the person was going to do things. You need to do things the right way if you're not happy with things, right? Do you have burdens? Okay, because somebody promised somebody a stable home life. So somebody promised somebody a stable home life, or promised themselves a stable home life. Are we safe here? So the person wondering if they're safe there, or figure they'd be safe at a certain area wherever they live at. So we have right here that somebody need to fill their spirit with a clear vision. God says, right? So we have somebody wanted their cup filled by somebody else, but the other person was going to be in the background, and God don't want the person to be in the background. So circumstances caused this person to get a lawyer, or the other person. And here we got a lawsuit. So we got a lawsuit with somebody having a lawsuit, bringing about a lawsuit, dealing with a lawsuit, or dealing with non-support. Are you married? So somebody might have been married, taken, or whatever, and was dealing with a lady on the side. So we got a Gemini, if not a Gemini, whatever the sign. That's a comrade. Somebody is like the Gemini, right? Act like them in a way, right? If not one. It was some misleading information that somebody need to chalk up as a loss because it was misleading. Right now, somebody need to get on their path. So we got a person who's a trans, or somebody dealing with a trans person, or somebody is a trans, him or her, himself, because there's a male, right? Person really a man, right? Or we got just a gay man in general. If it's not a trans, somebody going to postpone an active action to get on a person's path, or to get a lawyer, or to change house and move out, or wanted somebody to get off the internet. Let's just go. Let me see if I can get two more at least. We can end it. Okay, so we're going to end it with this thing. It was a margin put between somebody and somebody else. Somebody was dizzy, anxious, or whatever's going on. So somebody wanted to clarify, or going to clarify, that choosing a person's self versus always the best choice, because somebody else chose themselves first, and they felt it was the best choice because somebody else is going to choose themselves first. Ain't going to deal with a lawyer about a lawsuit, anything like that. So I'm going to end it. So we're dealing with the mail drop. With this storyline you heard me say. The next one is dealing with a ranger. And where is it at? Where did I hear for the ranger? Oh my goodness, where was that ranger at? Shucks. Where was the ranger? Dang, where was the ranger? I should have wrote that down because I've been doing so many things in between. Oh, God. Okay, it's the end of this one. That's the Brass Love one here with the wrong 9 here on YouTube.